Something which holds guys back significantly from getting the results they want is outcome dependence. What I mean by that is attaching all your self-worth and self-esteem to a desired outcome when it comes to dating and relationships, in terms of being interested in someone and wanting them to show the same interest to you, and then having bad emotions if you don't get that same level of interest or attraction. In other words, a rejection. Rejecting on the romantic relationship level, even if you still get along as friends. And this is something which happens to many guys. Initially, it's the approach anxiety they need to get over, and then once they take care of that, they build their confidence over time. And then the next problem that occurs is not necessarily anxiety, but it's just getting annoyed and frustrated that things aren't quite working out the way that you would expect them to once you get that confidence. So you feel good, you don't feel scared, but you become dependent on the outcome to feel good. And if things don't go well, you get a bit upset, and then if that continues, then you eventually just completely drop out entirely. And I've seen this many times when guys just leave the community because they didn't get the result they want quickly. And this is why I always say, look at the long-term journey, look at the big picture, and don't get upset if you don't get the outcome you want. Even though you want it, you need to feel good regardless of it. And this is where having a well-balanced life comes into play, not necessarily looking to women alone to make you happy, along with understanding and trusting in the process, which is something I talk about a lot. And when you do that, you lose the outcome dependency, and you will actually continue to take action. You'll be more resilient, and you will change through that action you take. If you can relate to outcome dependence, I mean, we all do, myself included. However, as a way to minimize it and have more of an abundance, or at least feel like you're living in abundance, there are a few certain ways to remove it. One of the very important ways is realizing that different people get along with different people. There are certain things that people like and don't like when it comes to making friends, making connections and acquaintances, and especially when it comes to dating and forming relationships. When you realize that, instead of trying to get everybody to like you and thinking that 100% success rate is your goal, change the goal into being your true self, not afraid to be who you really are, which takes a lot of courage because it can be very polarizing. Some people are going to love it, some people are not going to love it. Some people might think it's terrible, but that doesn't matter, because one of the biggest parts of the process is not just taking action and being resilient and pushing forward no matter what, regardless of your setbacks and when things don't work. It is screening and actually finding the genuine chemistry, actually finding those people you want to hang out with, you want to develop something with, and they will ideally be feeling the same towards you, as long as you've given them a chance to get to know you properly and they've given you a chance to get to know them properly. Then you can pursue it, then you can actually find the common ground, you can actually get the feedback, realize what you're doing is good, and then following through. And even if it still doesn't eventually work out, you can start to look back and analyze why didn't it work out? Not in an annoyed sort of butthurt, oh, why didn't it work out kind of way, but more in a, okay, that's interesting. Let's have a look at this and see if there's anything that could be changed based on this feedback, and we'll correct it and I'll improve. I'll learn new skills, I'll be a better version of myself, and then you can make it work. So there's no outcome dependence. Regardless of the outcome, you either celebrate it and pursue it, or you can look at it with a critical mind in terms of trying to understand what happened and actually thinking of the future when there's similar situations occur, when you encounter similar people and similar problems. However, like I said earlier, there's only so much leeway you have to actually make things happen and get the outcome you want. And then you just have to accept when you don't have enough leverage, you don't have enough potential to make something happen. Even though you're trying to maximize the chance of a good outcome, as in finding someone where there's chemistry for dating and relationship purposes, on many occasions it will not happen, and you need to just accept it, which can be hard. Egos sometimes get involved, but a little bit of patience goes a long way in terms of staying true to the path, staying true to yourself, and seeking the outcome, but not being affected by it. Be easygoing, be level-headed, just don't put all your hopes onto one person, for example, like this is the one, it's gonna work out, and if it doesn't, I will be crushed. Okay, because who's to say what's going to happen? You don't even know this person, but then you talk to them and you find out. You actually find out if you have chemistry, rather than just going, oh, you know, it's amazing, wow, this has to be the one. Realize you never know what could happen. You need to just play the numbers game, but play it properly. Don't play it in a crazy way where you stop caring and you think, oh, everyone's disposable. You know, that's the bad kind of abundance, where you just don't even treasure anything meaningful or really make any true effort, you know, because you're scared of, you know, bearing your soul. You know, put yourself out there in a comfortable way where there's a good sense of abundance, a good sense of I'm here to find out. I'm here to find out who I'm going to get along with. That's just how it is. That's just how it's played. That's just the reality. Do not make your goal 100% success rate, because you will be eternally disappointed. Even those who are very good, who have good skills and abilities and a level of confidence which guides them towards great things, they are also struggling in many areas that you probably don't know about, because they're only going to tell you the good things. But the more realistic you can be, the better. And that's why I'm telling you the reality, having applied myself in this area for so long to change and find out the truth. So just to recap, confidence isn't a quick solution, the be-all, the end-all. It's simply a way to take action and to practice certain skills and learn from certain experiences. That's confidence. It doesn't guarantee success. The more you can stay level in terms of the way that you respond to outcomes without getting too far ahead of yourself in terms of an ego thing, the better. That will guide you much further in the long run. So no matter how good that you get, no matter how much you change, no matter how much you improve, no matter how much success you get, you cannot just think that outcome is guaranteed, and you cannot connect your self-worth to the outcome. You cannot let it dictate how you feel. How you feel needs to be separate from the outcomes that you're getting. So as long as you're doing what you need to do and what's in your control, that is the most important thing. So get in there, get your elbows in the mud, do what you have to do. And the only way you're going to keep doing that is not getting put off by an outcome that wasn't exactly what you wanted. And this, remember, this is the same for everybody. So when you compare yourself to other people and you say, oh, I want that success and I'm not getting the same type of outcome, well, it doesn't matter. They've been through the similar process, whether it was earlier in life, whether it was later in life, different circumstances, different values, different traits, completely different situation going on for that person and how they relate to people. So you need to find out how you relate to people, skew the numbers in your favor, play the numbers game, and enjoy it. Take care, and I'll see you next time.